Now, the interview would happen, what, days after? They didn't speak for days after Sebastian went missing. We didn't even know what was going on in this case till about 5 or 6 days later, right? When they first publicly came out and said what was going on. And I asked Chris a valid question. Any photographs or videos of him searching? Now, he was asked that last night, and I heard him say something about handing out flyers. But is there any videos of mother or stepfather going out in the trenches, putting their shoes on, and going out through the woods, through the neighborhoods, trekking through the construction area behind their house, anywhere looking for this young man? Because I haven't found any. I don't believe they did. I believe they let everyone else do it. I didn't see him search. Why? And if they didn't search, why? If they searched, I'd like to know. Because I think that's important. I think that's important. Well, I'm sure TBI has their behavioral people, and they're probably building a circumstantial case. And I really do think this is an investigative case. I mean, they are investigating, right? But why does he dodge these type of questions? Here's some other things that were presented in this interview yesterday. Here's some more. Right here. Interviewer asked Katie if Sebastian takes any meds the night that might make him sleepy. After a pause, Christopher responds that for HIPAA reasons, they cannot say what meds he took. This is not how HIPAA works, by the way. So did he say anything about the meds? And then say, for HIPAA reasons, they cannot say what meds he took. They can say whatever they want to say. Here's the thing about it is, who is strangleholding the Proudfoots in saying that we can't say this or the other? Who's telling them and making them? Don't you think if your child was missing, you would give the public every single meticulous detail and talk to every single platform you can possibly do? You don't see any local politicians rallying around the Proudfoots. Matter of fact, there was somebody locally, I guess a city council member or something like that, doing a vigil yesterday, and the Proudfoots weren't even there. That's the third vigil that the Proudfoots did not attend. That's the third. 3 vigils thus far. And I want to show you something. There has been like an excuse on each and every single one of them not to attend. And this is Christopher Proudfoot's excuse for not attending the vigils. Remember, there was one at the school. There's 3. This is his excuse. And I put this out on my Twitter account at JLR Investigates. Christopher Proudfoot finding excuses not to attend any vigils for Sebastian Rogers. Well, I know of 3 vigils that have taken place. 1, we were dealing with the law enforcement agencies. Number 2, 1, because of security reasons. And 3, 1, we were not informed of it, and it was in Clarksville where the biological father lives. So he's claiming he didn't attend the 3 because 1, at the time, the first one, he was dealing with law enforcement. 2, for security reasons. I don't know what he means by that. And 3, the other one was by the biological father, which is within an hour drive, right? Not so hard to drive an hour to make a difference and show awareness for your son, your stepson. Excuses. Excuses not to go to vigils. Excuses not to go in the public, but you can go in the public and ride motorcycles all weekend with Katie. Joyriding. Probably your last joyrides before something happens, I think. Or get those joyrides in, because they don't have motorcycles in prison. You might be making motorcycle plates if you're convicted, a convict. Imagine Katie Proudfoot, orange and black, making motorcycle. She likes motorcycles. Imagine her making motorcycle license plates. Might happen. Again, the behaviors here is saying is red flags all the way. Police need to do a presser, and I think the police need to do a presser to give the public confidence. Even the great Jennifer Coffindaffer, former FBI agent, I follow on Twitter. I think she's very passionate with her job. She's a little suspect about this case. She put out a tweet. Jennifer Coffindaffer, today, flashlight, no shoes, Dog scent ended at a construction site? Stepdad wishy-washy on where he was publicly? Proudfoot's not exactly beating the pavement to look for their son. Look at the actions and interviews of Riley Strain's parents. Whole big difference, folks, between Riley Strain's family and the Proudfoots. Not all parents act alike when their child goes missing, but there is a general range. These parents are outside that range. Based on experience, I know children with autism can wonder. They like to go to water, but barefoot? I remain very concerned as to what happened to Sebastian Rogers. Yeah, I think we all do. See, you're getting this information from a former FBI agent who covers true crime cases. And she's kind of suspect about the whole situation. People are like, what in the world is going on? Proudfoot, he's more than welcome to come on JLR Investigates. I do think he has a guilty conscience. Another thing people put out that's interesting is he refuses to speak to male reporters. Now, I'm not nobody special. He's not, I'm like, okay, he has to speak to JLR Investigates. No. But he's a chance to use a platform and share some details. What? Provide insight. Here's your opportunity on someone that has been staying with this case every single day. And we use logic on this channel. We do. We got 170,000 subs. We're invested in this. We're not going away. So the quietness is suspect to me. Nick Barris. He had a chance to go on Nick Barris. Flaked, ghost on him. Kind of like a date that's about to, kind of like, you're setting up a date with somebody and you get bounced and you get played at the very last second. Yeah. Yeah. There's something fishy about this. There's something fishy about what is going on. I didn't specify who or when, but what I can tell you is everything has been vetted completely. Polygraphs have come back as passed. Do law enforcement tell subjects, possible suspects, that they passed the polygraph on the spot? I don't know. Do they? Also, here's another thing, and it was validated last night by Chris. He validated about the GoFundMe that Seth Rogers' mother, which would be Sebastian's grandmother, Robin Rogers, set up. He did say that he contacted them because they were supposed to, all of them were supposed to be like on the same page or something like that, and told them to take down that GoFundMe. He validated it. Look at this. This is coming. Look at this. Look at this. Or aunt. I'm sorry. The aunt. The aunt of Sebastian, not the grandmother. Sorry. The aunt. The aunt of Sebastian Rogers, Seth Rogers' sister. It's claiming that Christopher Proudfoot is threatening possible legal action against her if she doesn't take a GoFundMe down centered around helping the Rogers family find Sebastian. And this is coming from Seth Rogers' sister. I would like to thank everyone for all your support through this. I would also like to thank people who have shared the GoFundMe. I shared it on my personal page, but did not share it on any of the pages, as I was told by Christopher if I didn't take it down, I would be hearing from his attorney. What? What's that all about? But meanwhile, Katie Proudfoot can put up some channel's Cash App to say, help bring awareness to my son. This is their GoFundMe. They raised $4,900. Finding Sebastian Rogers' family support. This is coming from the family of the Rogers. And Christopher is now contacting them, telling them, you'll hear from my attorney if you don't take this down. All they're saying is, hello, my name is Sarah Schwank. I am the aunt of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers and the sister of Seth Rogers. As many of you know, my nephew Sebastian has been missing since the early hours of the morning, February 26th. Since Monday morning, my brother has been out of work as he continues this heartbreaking journey to find his son. With that said, I would like to reach out to see if anyone could pull together to help him a little financially. And we're talking about Seth Rogers, who's out there looking. Unfortunately, the bills do not go away in situations like this. Any little bit would help take the stress off him. I would like to thank you in advance for your donations to your prayers and continue search and find and bringing home Sebastian safely. So basically, Chris is telling this family, the Rogers, take down that GoFundMe. It's almost like he doesn't want Seth Rogers and the Rogers and their tribe and their clan to go out there and look for Sebastian. He's like, take it down. As if he doesn't, he wants Seth to go back to work and kind of forget. No, people are not going to forget. This is not going away. I tried to tell Christopher, this is not going away. So if you guys want to contribute to that, when Seth came in to our chat the last time we talked about it yesterday, validated, wanted us to share, validated that Robin was his mother, that Robin was talking about, the step parents being Katie and stepdad being suspects. So if you, I'll put this in the link. But yeah, absolutely, I supporting Seth Rogers in his quest to find truth. He's out there. I know for a fact he's out there. I was told. He's out there trying to find, he's out there searching. He's literally, remember this, he's taking off work and going 70 miles down to the Sumner County. He's not even from there, and he's looking around. He's out there. He's out there trying to find his son that he was supposed to get permanent custody of in the summertime when school was out. And Proudfoot doesn't want this GoFundMe up. He confirmed it last night in his own mouth. So it's true. But why? I forget the kind of excuse he made. I feel for Seth too, man. I'm going to try to get Seth on and hear how he's doing, how he's hanging out, hanging, and anything that he wants to share on JLR Investigates. If anyone knows Seth, tell him to reach out to me. Would love to see how he's doing, how he's holding up, what's going on, anything we can do to help amplify the message, share. It doesn't look good for the Proudfoots, man. It seems like they're more worried about what people are saying on YouTube, Facebook, and it seems like they're trying to align with people that would be like coddling them and enabling them. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the Wells, Don and Candace Wells. They got their little small minority groups that shield them and solicit funds for them in their name. I see like this possibly going on, but at the same time, I don't think law enforcement's dummies. And have faith and trust in Sumner County, and TBI. Even though TBI, with Summer Wells has been over 1,000 days. I hope it doesn't end that way with this, and we don't get a resolution. But I definitely see guilty conscious. And I even made this meme. And, this is a little sarcastic, but I stay true to my convictions until proven otherwise. Right here. So, yeah, change my mind. And I'm open to be changing my mind. Again, I will respect what law enforcement says. I'm following what law enforcement puts out there. And until law enforcement says that the stepdad and the mother are cleared, I'm going to feel that they're involved. Or they do some sort of direction where they say they're looking at, they found some evidence of some camera or anything, and maybe Sebastian wandered off. I just don't buy that story that he wandered off. I don't buy the story barefoot. I don't buy the story of the flashlight. I don't buy none of it. Where was Christopher Proudfoot? Where was he that night? What was Katie doing? I just don't buy it. What's your thoughts, everyone? JLR Investigates. That is kind of the latest. We're just, bringing awareness. I've reached out still. Christopher, I know you're watching. I know you're watching every word. You're more than welcome to come on this channel. We'll speak respectfully. Share. You want to clear the air? Share. Do you have a lawyer? Have you lawyered up? Has police given you Miranda rights? Have you gave any statements to police? What's going on? You and Katie. And who else? What's the goal here? What's the goal? What's the next steps? What can we do to get Sebastian's name out there? What can we do to make a difference? Hey, let's get a search. All of us. Anyone from Tennessee. Let's get the Proudfoots together and go hand to hand, and we'll go through every single nook and cranny of that neighborhood. We'll go from Hendersonville all the way to Memphis. We'll stop at every rest stop, every single off-ramp, Look in wooded areas. We'll put drones up. Who's down? The Proudfoot's down? I'll go. I'll put my feelings aside. Me, personally. What do you think? Let's do it. Let's go. A lot of inconsistent statements. Will they continue? I think it's inconsistent statements. Unless you guys think these are statements that, that make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Kids don't vanish. They just don't vanish out of thin air. Wishy-washy stuff. JLR Investigates. Thanks for watching, everyone. And I'll be back later on with anything new that develops.